Hi, I'm Daniel Neihoff. I'm going to be doing some original songs for you, and these are some songs that I wrote by myself and some songs I wrote with some good friends, but they're all songs that just kind of mean something to me, and hopefully they'll mean something to you. Well, I don't know why there are lost souls who think someone else must die so they can live. And I don't know why there are those who think it's better to receive than to give. Well, I know they have their reasons, but I don't want to see them, 'cause I don't want to make their reasons mine. I don't know just enough to get me by. And I don't know why some lose hope when they're so close to the finish line. And I don't see why there's fighting and everybody has to choose a side. Well, I know they have their reasons, but I don't want to see them, 'cause I don't want to make their reasons mine. I don't know just enough to get me by, but I know when I'm alone the answer's always love. And I know when I feel lost to call on God above. Oh, why would I waste time on things that bring me pain when I can search for answers to take that pain away? Me, I have my reasons, and if you want to see them, maybe there's some answers you can find. 'Cause I know more than enough to live my life, and I don't know just enough to get me by. Don't Know Just Enough. I wrote that with a gentleman named Mike Astrakan, and he is a great writer down in Nashville. He's a super nice guy too. And that song, we got together, we were spitballing as we usually do when we get together, you know, giving up ideas of, you know, how about this, how about this. We were talking about just this was before COVID, during the time whenever there was a lot of shootings going on. And we were talking about how grateful we were that we don't understand what goes through somebody's mind to make them do that. If we did understand that, if it did make sense to us, then there would be something wrong with being able to comprehend that. Because the truth is it should be incomprehensible. It should be something that just doesn't make sense. Never understood why my father crammed so much stuff in that house. It got to be so full, it was hard to even move around. But my question was answered when I said, "Dad, let's get rid of this junk." And he said, "Son, you don't realize what you're giving up, 'cause you see a baseball glove, but I see a father's love. You see a rocking chair, but I see your granddad sitting there. You see a great toolbox that weighs a ton.
But I see my favorite moments working with you, son. You may see some things that I don't need, but I see memories. Every item had a story. As he walked me through our past, I realized what my father really had was a time machine in disguise. So I went on a journey back in time with my old man. And when I picked up that gold ring, he said, "You're holding history in your hands." 'Cause you see a wedding band, but I see a bride on the beach in the sand. You see a white lace dress, but I see her looking her best. You see a beat up old guitar, but I see the tool I used to win your mama's heart. You may see some things that I don't need, but I see memories. Then he put a leather book in my hands, said it's the most important thing you'll ever read. Every time I thought that I was holding it, it was holding me. 'Cause you see words on a page, but I see my saving grace. You see a golden cross, but I see my guide when I was lost. You see a Bible about to come apart, but I see the light when things got dark. Right now you may see something that you don't need, but someday you'll look back and sound like me, saying I see memories.
For me, music started whenever I was 8 or 9 years old with my dad, and so my dad played music. I started playing music pretty early on and writing songs pretty early on. Wrote my first song whenever I was about 8. Absolutely fell in love with telling stories. You know, that was the thing that my dad always did and still does, and what I wanted to do. I learned that I don't always have to write about myself. I don't always have to write my story necessarily, but there's a lot of stories to tell, and that's where my love for music comes from, is just translating these stories into music. For me, that's where music started, though, was watching my dad play and him coming home and writing a new song just about every day.
You can find them on a t-shirt, you can find them on a soul, from a drop of barbecue or the girl who let you go. There's one hidden under the carpet by the stairs. Everybody just walks past it, but I still know it's there. Each one has a story, some you love to tell, some you'd rather keep to yourself. A few may fade, but others will never wash away. Stains. Some you have to earn with hard work and sweat. Some come way too easy from choices you regret. Well, I find them on the ceiling when I'm laying in my bed. And when I close my eyes, I find them in my head. Each one has a story, some you love to tell, and some you'd rather keep to yourself. A few may fade, but others will never wash away. Mistakes, and stroke by stroke a masterpiece is made. Each one has a story, some you love to tell, and some you'd rather keep to yourself. A few may fade, but others will never wash away. Stains.
This past year has been a very interesting year. Aside from just the same thing that everybody's dealt with as far as just where we've been as a country and where we have been with the pandemic and with politics and with just people in general. Our apartment building burned down at the beginning of last year, and so we were living with my in-laws at the time, who were fantastic. They were a huge blessing. It felt like it was kind of a full stop, you know. I had just come off the trail of, I had won Kerrville Folk Festival down in Texas. Just come off the trail of doing that tour, just went out to California and had played a couple shows out there. And when we got back, the first thing that we hit was tornadoes had come through as we were gone. And didn't do any damage to our house, but hit some friends of ours and just the community there in general. And we were ready to get plugged in, ready to try to help out, and then COVID really just hit. I mean, it just was like full force and just really knocked us out. The whole year was just kind of a bunch of different trials that I think more than anything it reminded me of how much I want to do this.
He penned a letter back in 1862 when battle lines cut through the north and south. It said, "Dear mother, well, I'm dreaming of the day that I get to make my way back to that house. You know I miss you, and I miss Father too. But there's somebody else I can't leave out. So if you talk to brother, tell him that I love him, although I think he chose the wrong side. But I won't hold that against him. I hope God is with him, and I pray we both make it home alive." And miles away, there was another soldier like him, but in a different color uniform. By lantern light, he wrote his own letter on a tiny piece of paper, slightly torn. It said, "Dear Father, do you recall the time that I didn't have to fight in this damned war? And if you talk to brother, tell him that I love him, although I think he chose the wrong side. But I won't hold that against him. I hope God is with him, and I pray we both make it home alive." They're just praying that they both survive this war. If they make it home, there won't be battle lines. They'll greet each other, arms open wide. And that's why they ride. If you talk to brother, tell him that I love him, although I think he chose the wrong side. But I won't hold that against him. I hope God is with him, and I pray we both make it home alive. They're both praying that they make it home alive.
Civil War letters came out of me saying I've been co-writing so much that I need something that's me. So I was in traffic on my way home listening to NPR, and they were talking about these letters, and I'd always wanted to write a song about the Civil War, about this juxtaposition of two brothers who were fighting on opposite sides. Listening to that, I was like, that's the way to do it. That's their way of saying the same thing, even though they're on different sides. Is they're both writing to their mom and their dad who they love, and they're both writing about the brother who they love who's on the other side. And after I was done, I was like, nobody's going to want to hear this. I was like, this is such a weird song about the Civil War. Nobody's going to care about this. And I played it out in Nashville at a writer's round, and I had so many people who I didn't realize how relevant it was to today. I think that's really what it boiled down to is to me, I was writing a song about history without realizing just how much of that infighting is still going on. At the end of the day, it's still about seeing the humanity on the other side.
If you find a wallet, bring it back with everything inside. If your buddies had too many, say slide over, I'll drive. If your family's short on groceries, help them pay the tab. Someone stranded on the highway, help them get some gas. Go the extra mile, spend the extra time. Don't let the chance to love somebody ever pass you by. It ain't always easy, but love them anyway, even if it don't come back to you. Do the right thing, it's the right thing to do. If you see an old man standing, offer him your seat. If your brother does you wrong, turn the other cheek. And if your heart's already taken, don't act like it's not. No, someone's waiting for you, so give them all you got. Go the extra mile, spend the extra time. Don't let the chance to love somebody ever pass you by. It ain't always easy, but love them anyway, even if it don't come back to you. Do the right thing, it's the right thing to do. The choices we make could change a life. They might change extra mile, spend the extra time. Don't let the chance to love somebody ever pass you by. It ain't always easy to love them anyway, even if it don't come back to you, even if nobody's watching you. Not because somebody told you to. Just do the right thing, 'cause it's the right thing to do.
I would listen to Ray Charles, and I'd go to school, and you know that was in the 90s and 2000s, and I'd go to school and be like, man, it's like, have y'all ever heard of this guy Ray Charles? He's so good. And they're like, he's not on the radio. It's like, where are you hearing this guy? You know, they'd be like listening to NSYNC and Britney Spears, and I had no interest in that. Ray Charles, because he had so much soul into everything he did. Ray Charles just, I mean, nobody wanted to sing next to him because nobody was going to feel the music more than Ray was. And James Taylor, nobody wanted to play next to him because nobody was going to play as well and sing and have the full package like he did. Jason Isbell, Tyler Childers, Sturgill Simpson, Coulter Wall, Chris Stapleton, a lot of those guys being from Kentucky with Tyler, Sturgill, and Chris. And so I love the musical history of our state too, because there is a massive amount of history from all the way back to Loretta Lynn, and then even before that up in the mountains of the Appalachians, and how that's where country music and folk music was born. And so those have been the biggest influences for sure for me.
It's so warm in that home, but so cold in my soul. I wish I fit into your plans, but houses aren't meant for snowmen. So I'll stand guard outside. Watch out from these black coal eyes. A fixed smile is all I'll show, but the real me you'll never know. 'Cause snowmen don't go in the house, snowmen can't give love, snowmen claim their plot of ground, never give it up. Snowmen never run away, even when the seasons change. They may melt, but they stay in the ground that they claim. Yeah, that's just the life of a snowman. These tracks are my history, little footprints following. These kids think that I can feel. They don't know that I'm not real. There's no magic in this house. Frosty may have taught you that. Sorry kids, but it's not true. There's just some things I'll never do. 'Cause snowmen don't go in the house, snowmen can't give love, snowmen claim their plot of ground and never give it up. Snowmen never run away, even when the seasons change. They may melt, but they stay in the ground that they claim. Yeah, that's just the life of a snowman. that ain't for this song. Snowmen don't go in the house. Snowmen can't give love. Snowmen claim their plot of ground and never give it up. Snowmen never run away, even when the seasons change. They may melt, but they stay in the ground that they claim. Yeah, that's just the life. Sad, sad life. That's the life of a snowman.
A lot of times artists will go one way or go the other way, but more times than not, I feel like they snake. You know, they go back and forth. They have these moments of clarity of, they're like, you know what, at the end of the day, and that's what I kind of try to remind myself, but at the end of the day, like, I'm playing music because I love to play music, not because I think I'm the best, not because I want the world to hear me, but because I love what I'm doing. And if I can touch one person, that's what it's about. Not about being the greatest musician of all time. That title comes with something else. It comes with the fact that if you are known as one of the greatest songwriters of all time, it means you have touched so many lives along the way. And to me, that's what it's about. I would love that title because of what I've done to get there, not because of the title that and the prestige that it brings, because to me it's about touching people's lives and making a difference in people's lives.
I wanna meet Jolene, look in those emerald eyes, ask if she let dear Dolly be, or if she stole that guy. And I wanna meet that gambler that taught Kenny how to lie, ask him what he's running from and why. And those stories made us all sing along, but there's more to the song. Everybody's heard them on the radio, but it always made me wonder if there's more to know. 'Cause those stories can't be over, they're just waiting to be told. Is it up to me to see where they go? I wanna meet that fiddle player Johnny, who beat the devil at his game. Find out if he lived in infamy or if he lived in fame. Meet that desperado and see if he made a home. Or is he still out riding fences, doomed to be alone? Yeah, those stories made us all sing along, but there's more to the song. Everybody's heard them on the radio, but it always made me wonder if there's more to know. 'Cause those stories can't be over, they're just waiting to be told. Is it up to me to see where they go? Oh, it feels like those words are set in stone, but I can't leave those stories alone. Feels like I'm digging for bones to find more to the songs, the ones everybody's heard on the radio. It always made me wonder if there's more to know. 'Cause those stories can't be over, they're just waiting to be told. Is it up to me? Oh, I think it's up to me. I'll take it up on me to tell where they go.
More to the song was kind of born out of this idea that there's a lot of songs that leave you hanging in 3 minutes or 4 minutes or however long the song is. It's really hard to fit everything in there. At the end of Jolene, you don't know if Jolene stole Dolly's man or not. The gambler, there's this incredibly interesting character who is on this train, who's running from something that you don't really know what the story is. I just love those stories, and I love the fact that there's so much meat in them, and it leaves you wanting more. I played it at the Bluebird Cafe right before Don Schlitz, who wrote The Gambler, was getting up to play. Halfway making a joke and halfway just clearing my heart out whenever I was up there, and said, you have no idea how nerve-wracking it is to, first off, be playing a song that you just wrote at the Bluebird, but to be playing it whenever you reference a song that Don Schlitz wrote in the song, and you're like, what the heck, Don? Like, why didn't you tell me the rest of the story?
Come on, son, let's go to town. I'll show you my old stomping grounds. It only takes a 10-mile drive. Go 20 years back in time. There was a soda fountain at the old drugstore before Doc had to close the doors. It's where my high school used to be, but now it's just a memory. Well, I know that you can't see it, but when I sit here, I still feel it. The street names are etched into my bones. That sewer cap was home plate, old Miss Johnson's driveway, third base. Back before they tore down all the homes. If you didn't live it, you wouldn't know that it's the same road. The only thing still here's the park. We'd lie in the grass and watch the stars. But now the street lights burn too bright, and the buildings block the sky. Well, I know that you can't see it, but when I sit here, I still feel it. The street names are etched into my bones. That sewer cap was home plate, old Miss Johnson's driveway, third base. Back before they tore down all the homes. If you didn't live it, you wouldn't know that it's the same road. The scenery has changed, but that road is still the same. Well, I know that you can't see it, but when I sit here, I still feel it. Well, street names are etched into my bones. That sewer cap was home plate, old Miss Johnson's driveway, third base. Back before they tore down all the homes. If you didn't live it, you wouldn't know that it's the same road. But it's the same road.
I've written a ton of songs. I've got probably close to 500 songs that I've written, and I've recorded 5. So it seems like every 100 songs I get a good one, I guess. Right now I've been scheduling a lot of shows and trying to get back out there as things begin to open back up. Tyler Childers, he was very poignant whenever he said, you know, if you want to make it in music, it's not going to be through going to Nashville. It's going to be through packing your stuff up in a van, getting on the road and playing as many shows as you can, playing your music and playing it well. If I can get in front of somebody and sing my songs, then I feel like most of the time I can make them a believer. That's the main project, is playing, but also just trying to work on an EP probably end of this year.
I grew up on public television. Bob Ross and Mr. Rogers, my addiction. Too poor to afford habits, so when I'd need a fix, I'd twist those bunny ears until the picture came in crisp. And it was good night, Austin city limits. 1,000 miles from nowhere, Kentucky. Those telethons I wish I could have given half of what came through that TV screen. When I felt alone, they knew just what I'd need. They'd remind me there were viewers like me. I learned my imagination is a place, a hideaway if I need to escape. I'd ride a big red dog, call him my best friend, slide down the spectrum to the reading rainbow's end. And it was good night, Austin city limits. 1,000 miles from nowhere, Kentucky. Those telethons I wish I could have given half of what came through that TV screen. And I felt alone, they knew just what I'd need. They'd remind me there were viewers like me. If I'm ever needing a reminder about my life before britches got small, that it ended in the box of mid-fit wire convinces me to cut the cable off. And it's good night, Austin city limits. 1,000 miles from nowhere, Kentucky. Those telethons I wish I'd give half of what came through that TV screen. When I felt alone, they knew just what I'd need. And every time I feel lost, they can find me. Yeah, they remind me there are viewers like me.
Viewers like me came because I grew up a PBS kid, you know, like I grew up watching Mr. Rogers, and I grew up watching Bob Ross and all the other stuff, New Yankee Workshop and Dragon Tales and like Austin City Limits, like everything that they had to offer, you know, because we had some bunny ears and that's what we could get. I got together with a guy named Davis Corley, who is a fantastic writer down in Nashville. He grew up the same way. Like I was a poor Kentucky kid. He was a poor Tennessee kid. He was like, let's write something folky. I was like, how do you feel about public television? He was like, I love it. And so lo and behold, we started writing, and that's what came out. There is something comforting about seeing that at the end of an episode, of how this broadcast or this program was made possible from viewers like you.
Sold my soul to the company store before I found out what I was working for. What they paid me wasn't worth a dime. Just staying alive feels like hard time. Guess they thought it wouldn't do much harm. Yeah, a few mountain folks lost their farms. So they packed up and left us high and dry. Even the mountain had tears in its eyes. And that's how the Smoky Mountains got their name. But haze has been hanging around here for an age. So when you see that misty top, you'll know why. 'Cause what you'll see is the Appalachians cry. Turned our mountain into mud, tears and sweat and miner's blood. Worked that mountain till it died, poisoned our land with all their lies. But when they found a cheaper way, they blew that mountain top away. Smoke rose up from the blast. To this day that smoke still lasts. And that's how the Smoky Mountains got their name. The haze has been hanging around here for an age. So when you see that misty top, you'll know why. 'Cause what you'll see is the Appalachians cry. A union finally made a plan to meet that commie gun in hand. Make those bastards understand. Smoke from that day stained our land. And that's how the Smoky Mountains got their name. And haze has been hanging around here for an age. So when you see that misty top, you'll know why. 'Cause what you're seeing is the Appalachians cry.
Songs for Ghosts is going to be on the next EP that I put out. I don't know what every song on the next EP is going to be yet, but I've got a couple of them that are locked in for sure. I wrote that song thinking it wasn't going to be another kind of throwaway song, to be honest with you. A lot more of me in this song than I intended whenever I started, and sometimes that's how it works. And the songs that mean the most to me are the songs I write for me. And the songs that I put myself into, and the songs that, at the end of the day, I want it to touch somebody's life, and I want somebody to get something out of it. And so Songs for Ghost is kind of an homage to the guys who did that before me. I'm just going to keep doing this. I'm going to keep doing it my way, and if I never have a song on the radio or never have a song in the top 40, it is what it is. But I'm going to love every single song I play, and I'm going to play songs that mean something to me, and hopefully they'll mean something to the people listening to them.
I write songs for Hank and Johnny. It's too bad I'll never hear them sing. But I'd rather write a song for someone dead and gone than write something I don't believe. I'm writing songs for ghosts you never hear on the radio, just 'cause I was born in the wrong time. I keep writing what I feel, 'cause every ear that hears can't deny the truth written in the line. And the songs I mean the most are the ones I wrote for ghosts. I still love writing songs about pain, about love lost in passing trains. But I don't know what for. No one wants that anymore. I guess I'm too stubborn to change. So I'm writing songs for ghosts I never hear on the radio, just 'cause I was born in the wrong time. Keep writing what I feel, 'cause every ear that hears can't deny the truth written in the lines. And the songs I mean the most are the ones I wrote for ghosts. But when I cross over to the other side, do you think there's a chance I might get to hear one of the greats sing a song of mine? 'Cause I'm writing songs for ghosts I'll never hear on the radio, just 'cause I was born in the wrong time. But I'm writing what I feel, and every ear that hears can't deny the truth written in the lines. And the songs that mean the most, ones that I hold close, are the